Deadly Hurricane Ian, one of the most powerful storms ever to hit the United States, roared into South Carolina on Friday, delivering a powerful second punch after walloping Florida. The National Hurricane Center, NHC, said Ian made landfall near Georgetown, South Carolina, as a Category 1 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 85 miles, 140 kilometers per hour. It was later downgraded to a post-tropical cyclone, but the NHC said Friday evening that Ian is bringing heavy rain, flash flooding and high winds to both South Carolina and North Carolina. Some areas can expect up to 8 inches of rain. As for storm-ravaged Florida, President Joe Biden said, "We're just beginning to see the scale of the destruction. It's likely to rank among the worst in the nation's history," he said of Ian, which barreled into Florida's southwest coast on Wednesday as a Category 4 storm, a tick shy of the most powerful on the Saffir-Simpson wind scale. The death count from the storm stands at 23, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement said Friday evening. Hurricane Ian created havoc along the coast of South Carolina, where it made landfall south of Georgetown as a Category 1 hurricane Friday afternoon. The town is about 60 miles northeast of Charleston. Upon arrival, Ian flooded the coastal area and residential neighborhood with storm surges and heavy rainfall, sending seawater rushing over the road. The floods have become catastrophic, the Pawleys Island Police Department said on Twitter, as it posted several videos showing the staggering amount of flooding. In one sequence, rescue vehicle drivers can be heard asking where to turn, trying to follow a road hidden by deep rough water. Starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Ian brought maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour, the National Hurricane Center said. In a sign of the many threats posed by Ian, the state of South Carolina was under more than 85 weather alerts, watches and alerts as of 2 p.m. Police in Horry County, which includes Myrtle Beach, posted video of the sea rushing into the streets from the access point in Garden City along with heavy rain and flooded roads. The agency urged anyone in the area to stay out of the way. A local TV news crew caught sight of the high water rippling along a nearby causeway. Ian had forced road closures in historic downtown Charleston, and winds near the city were blowing at hurricane speed. This is the latest impact of a hurricane to inundate much of the Florida peninsula, and Ian is expected to cause blackouts and flooding to South Carolina and southeastern North Carolina. Ahead of Ian's arrival, storm warnings covered all of the coast of South Carolina and parts of the coast of North Carolina to Cape Fear. Early Friday, a marine weather buoy 41 nautical miles southeast of Charleston recorded waves as high as 21 feet, the National Weather Service said. Earlier this week, there were no waves in the buoy that measured higher than 4 feet. Forecasters have warned that most beaches in South Carolina and North Carolina could see storm surges reaching 6 feet above the ground, with possibly more than 9 feet in places. Charleston County, which covers about 100 miles of coastline, declared a state of emergency on Thursday and opened shelters for people wishing to escape the storm in safety and on higher ground. But the county had to stop bus services to the shelters on Thursday, when strong winds made the journey risky. Just north along the coast, Georgetown County is urging people in flood-prone areas to keep an eye on weather warnings, but in contrast to Charleston. The county said Thursday it has no plans to open shelters. It also avoided other measures such as offering sandbags, saying people could buy them in stores. Widespread areas will experience power and communications outages, the NWS office in Wilmington, North Carolina said. Other impacts are thought to range from broken trees or fallen debris blocking roads and bridges and highways being unsafe. Much of the Charleston metro area started Friday under a flash flood warning issued around 6 a.m. Eastern Time, hours before the storm was expected to bring a storm surge. Floods from heavy rains triggered road closures around the city, from the central intersection of Huger and King Roads to roads along the waterfront. We urge only essential trips, that the police department says. In downtown Charleston, several streets began to flood before dawn, as Ian's torrential rain band dropped 1 to 2 inches of water on the city, according to the National Weather Service office in Charleston. Another 2 to 6 inches of rain could fall. Flash floods are expected to hit a number of popular tourist areas from Folly Beach to Sullivan's Island and the Isle of Palms. Further inland, flooding is also likely to hit North Charleston, the office said. After Hurricane Ian landed, reports of damage on the Grand Strand started pouring in, including 2 destroyed docks. The storm made landfall in Georgetown at 2:05 p.m. on September 30th, the Weather Channel reported. The flooding damaged at least 2 jetties including Cherry Grove Pier on North Myrtle Beach and Pawleys Island Pier. Midsection of Cherry Grove Wharf in Horry County has collapsed, WMBF reported at 2 p.m. Cherry Grove Pier was also damaged by Hurricane Hugo in 1989. In Georgetown County, the end of the Pawleys Island Pier has collapsed and drifted south, the Pawleys Island Police Department reported at 1:23 p.m. on Twitter. Pawleys Island Police also tweeted that the Summons Pier was blocking the end causeway in front of Town Hall. Power outages continued to escalate into the afternoon when Hurricane Ian hit September 30th. Myrtle Beach Police on Twitter told motorists to avoid flooded roads. Do not pass through a waterlogged highway. Take another route and stay safe. This is the 3rd Avenue South and Ocean Boulevard, they tweeted, along with a video of the SUV speeding down a flooded road. I heard that we are experiencing more flooding on Ocean Boulevard than I thought, with a few vehicles stranded in the water. It's coming from a low point, said Public Information Officer Mark Cruia. Myrtle Beach texted at 2:30 p.m. Myrtle Beach Fire Crew responded to 316 4th Avenue for a structure fire. There was no fire, but Truck 6 rescued 4 people trapped on the 2nd floor due to flooding in the area, the Myrtle Beach Fire Department said on Twitter at around 2:30 p.m. Hurricane Ian is preparing to make landfall anytime now on the South Carolina coast, said Georgetown County Emergency Services Director Brandon Ellis. The eye of the storm is approaching the area between Awendaw and Georgetown as we speak of a Category 1 hurricane with winds of 85 miles per hour. The effects felt by the area on the morning and evening of September 30th included several fallen trees throughout the area, flooded roads, and the tremendous impact of storm surges being felt on coastal communities and tidal marshes. We encourage everyone, stay home, don't go out, make sure you keep yourself and your family safe, said Ellis. Don't put yourself in danger just to take advantage of the sights and sounds of a hefty storm affecting our area. Some district utility partners have stopped aerial operations, such as using bucket trucks to repair power lines. The most serious danger the county has seen so far are storm surges along the county's coast and strong winds, also uprooting trees, in some cases on highways. Surfside Beach Police Chief Kenneth Hoffman said that many parts of Ocean Boulevard are currently under at least a few inches of water, and at least 3 parts of Ocean Boulevard are closed due to flooding in the area. As of 13:30, the Santee Electric Cooperative reported 4,628 customers without power in Georgetown County and 2,871 without power in Williamsburg County. Horry Electric Cooperative reported 4,016 customers without electricity, and electric cooperatives of South Carolina except Marlboro Electric Cooperative and PD Electric Cooperative reported 42,829 outages. Ellis confirmed that the crew responded to a fallen tree impacting a house on Graham Lane near Georgetown, reportedly causing injuries. Ellis said first responders responded to numerous calls for fallen trees across the region. The City of Andrews posted on its Facebook page that power lines went out on Jones Avenue and Privet Street on the morning of September 30th. While trees were uprooted near Tony's Famous Pizza on North Morgan Avenue and along South Carolina Highway 41. From Myrtle Beach Police, the department reported around 12:40 p.m. that the lights at the intersection of Kings Highway and 3rd Avenue South were out. A Category 1 hurricane less than 100 miles south of Charleston was heading north towards South Carolina at about 9 miles per hour, but the monster hurricane was already showering Georgetown and Horry counties with heavy rain and twinkling lights around Georgetown County. In Myrtle Beach, 2 women walked in the rain along North Kings Highway in Myrtle Beach around 10 a.m., one of them pushing a stroller, battling the wind. Homeless people roamed the streets, one carrying pillows, the other with sacks of goods, looking for shelter.